Hi everybody, a quick video on the subject of shocking principles that you can incorporate into your training programs if you feel that you are stuck, you've hit a plateau and then you're not able to move forward with your gains. So these are all tried, tested, shocking principles that really work. First one is drop sets. So drop sets is us doing an exercise, and as soon as we finish the desired number of repetitions, we drop some weight off the load and then do the same exercise without any rest again. An example would be bicep curls. Say if I am doing my bicep curls with 15 kg dumbbells, both hands, and I hit failure, say on the 11th repetition, I instantly drop the weight, pick up 10 kg dumbbells, and I hit a few more, whatever that I can manage. So that's called drop sets. Next is supersets. Supersets is doing two exercises back to back for the same muscle group. An example would be like me doing weighted squats, and once I've finished my desired number of repetitions on the set, I rack the bar and I, without any rest, go and start doing some weighted lunges. Supersets. Next is 1.5 repetitions. The goal for this principle is time under tension. So an example would be bicep curls, wherein I go do one full rep, then I reduce the range of motion, go a half rep again, and then start all over, and then again a half rep. So like that. With a squat, could be like one full squat, then do a half squat, all the way down again, and again go back up. A bench press would be one full bench press, then bringing the bar down, doing a half bench, going back, and then pressing all the way up. So could be incorporated for any muscle group. Next is reverse pyramid. Reverse pyramid means that our training starts from the heaviest load that we can reach. In this training, this kind of a training, we try reaching close to our 1 rep max. An example, say if my back squat 1 rep max is 110 kgs, I'll probably try reaching up to 100 kgs, do a rep on 100 kgs by say doing 5 reps on 50 kgs, 3 reps on 60, 3 on 70, 2 on 80, 1 on 90, and 1 on 100 kgs. Now once I've reached 100 kgs, now I start stripping the weight. I go down by 10% to 90 kgs, and now I try doing max repetitions. Once done, I reduce the weight to 80 kgs, try hitting max repetitions again. Like that, I keep stripping up till I reach say like 60% of my 1 rep max, and I stop there because I don't want to get into an endurance zone of training. I want to stay in hypertrophy zone. So, and you will notice how this is effective is that once the weight starts to reduce, mentally you start feeling that the exercise is easier and you would generally hit a lot more volume than what you would do usually. So this training principle really works. Next is blood flow restriction training, wherein there are a lot of wraps or straps that you get from the market, which you can wrap around the muscle that you want to train. It's done specifically, majorly for the arms, but many people do it for the legs too. So you wrap the strap around the arm, and then you start doing your repetitions. Do it on light loads. You're not supposed to go very heavy, but do a lot of volume work. So because of the straps, the blood flows into the muscle, but it's not able to escape. Alright, so you would see your muscles swell and you will feel a lot of pump when you do this exercise, which is the goal. Alright, but be careful, don't let the muscle turn blue. Alright, make sure that you get adequate amount of pump on lesser load with higher repetitions like 20, 30, 35, 40. Alright, but don't overdo it. But if done right, very effective. Next is partial repetitions. Partial repetitions could be something like once I have done my full range of motion, the number of reps that I could, and I have reached failure, then I start doing partial repetitions. For example, like a bench press, when I've done like 8 repetitions on my bench press and I can't do any more, then probably I'll do some partial repetitions, like going up to say 3 inches, 4 inches above the chest and coming back and doing a few repetitions. Again, that too takes an effort, shocks the muscle. Next is force repetitions. For this, you would need a spotter or a training partner. Wherein, say again, if like a squat, I can manage 5 repetitions, and if I have a spotter behind me, he helps me take some load off from the bar by holding the bar and makes me do another 3-4 repetitions with some support. Could be even with the bench press, wherein the spotter then supports and helps me do 2 or 3 additional reps after I hit failure. Again, really, really effective. Next is slow eccentric and fast concentric movements. So this is again also called as tempo training. Again, really shocks the muscle, and there is a very different feel that you get when you do this. This not only builds muscle, but it also adds strength and power. So this is tempo training, like a squat. So you go 3 counts down and you try going up really fast on 1 count. So go 1, 2, 3. 1 up, 1, 2, 3, 1 up. Same is the case with bench press. You go down slow with your eccentric and you explode upwards. So try it. It's very challenging, but very effective. Next is priority training. Priority training is also called as weak point training, wherein you train the weaker muscle first. So for example, on my leg day, if I'm always going and squatting first and my last exercise is lunges, then you would, I'm sure that I would be weakest on my lunges. All right, because I'm exhausted by that time. When I do that exercise, all my muscles are already fatigued. So then move it around. Do your weakest muscle first. So start with lunges. So I'll probably start with lunges, try hitting a PR there, hit max load, and then move back to doing squats. So once in a while, moving it around and focusing on doing the weakest muscle first. Like if you're doing your arms and you're always training biceps first, do your triceps first and then train your biceps. Again, that shocks the muscle to grow. All right. Next is isotension training, which is nothing more than flexing and posing in front of the mirror. So we all do that. Yeah. So you do a set of your bicep curls, go in front of the mirror and flex and pose. You're doing your shoulders, go and check your delts, go and check your chest. So by doing that, when you're flexing, you know, there's a lot of blood flow that goes into the muscle, and also you're developing a lot of mind muscle connection. And trust me, posing is not easy, flexing is not easy. If you're flexing properly and then again going back and doing the exercise after say 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, it becomes a lot more challenging. So try it out. It's fun, but it's also very effective. Lastly, the pre-exhaust method. Pre-exhaust method would be like, if I have to focus on my quads when I'm doing my lower body exercise, then I'll probably start doing some leg extensions, which is an isolation movement only for my quads. I hit a few sets and reps on it and then start with a compound lift, which is probably like a squat. So now, because of the initial isolation movement, I will build more quads when I'm training my compound lifts. So again, an exceptional movement, exceptional training principle, helps to balance out and shapes up the body really well in the long run. So all these are great training principles, but if you are training and you don't need them and you see consistent growth and you're getting results without using them, you don't have to. If you feel that you need them, use them, but don't use them every time. All right, it's once in a while, because doing them every time could lead to overtraining. It could also lead to injuries. So be careful. All right, so try them out, and I hope you do them safely and you find them to be very effective. So let me know if you feel that these are good, and that's about it. That's all that I wanted to cover in today's video. All right, so take care. Happy training.